Welcome to the 2023 Thayer Cup.
They didn't steal something.
I know, we need it. I like can't leave my house. Yeah. My dad and I were gonna go there for like and take his first.
Hello and welcome to Marblehead, Massachusetts for the third annual running of the Corinthian Yacht Club's Invitational Women's Team Racing Regatta, the Thayer Trophy. Not a beautiful day here, but with luck the breeze will stay in to let the competitors do what they do best. The Corinthians grown this event to teams right across the US. We have Newport Harbor Yacht Club from California, the Chesapeake Bay Yacht Racing Association from Annapolis, Maryland. We have two Rhode Island teams, the New York Yacht Club and Bristol Yacht Club.
Okay.
One local university team from MIT, and two teams right here from Marblehead, the Eastern Yacht Club and the Corinthian. A true selection of the best team racing talent from across the country, from current and recent collegiate sailors all the way up to some not so recent.
Alright, welcome everyone. We are starting with a real classic in-harbour battle here. Corinthian Yacht Club versus Eastern Yacht Club for race 1 of the Thayer Trophy. Very light winds, as you can see. 1 minute to go, and a slightly unusual setup here. All three Corinthian boats out to the right, all three Eastern boats coming in to the left. Got to say, Corinthian have the easier approach to the line here. It's going to be tricky for boats 8 and 9 to do whatever maneuvers they need to do, avoid fouling, and get back up to speed in a sonar before go time. Let's see. 30 seconds to go. 15 seconds to the start of Corinthian versus Eastern. All boats pretty slow. Boat 3 is going to get a gorgeous start at the committee boat end here. Boat 8 a little bit late, but with good pace. And they're off. First race of the Thayer Trophy. Boat 9, lovely start at the pin, probably in the lead right now. Boat 8, late but fast. Looking off the line like Eastern might get to a 1-3 on the left. It'll all depend on which side comes in. So about a minute and a half off the start here, and Eastern Yacht Club showing great speed. Boat 9 way bow out off the pin. Boats 7 and 8 have really worked up. This is looking like a 1-2-3 as they reach the port tack ley line. But of course we'll see what boat 2, it's probably Corinthian's last hope, can do. And Eastern Yacht Club round the first mark of the 2023 Thayer Trophy in a big 1-2, and I think that's something we'll see today. Once the boats get launched in this breeze, they can really extend. All the way to the last mark of the course, and Eastern Yacht Club still with a commanding 1-2 over the Corinthian. But coming up to the finish here, we've had a bit of a change. Boat 2 from Corinthian found something on the left and is getting up tight to boat 9. They're going to have to duck them, but it'll be very close after that. And boat 1 from Corinthian, out of shot, is also coming in with a lot of speed. It'll be all on in the last 20 meters to see what Corinthian can do. Boat 2's tacked onto starboard. They are forcing boat 9 to duck them. And after the duck, I don't know that boat 9 will be ahead of boat 1. Corinthian could put this together in a 2-3-4, or boat 9 could squeeze across the finish line for a 1-3 for Eastern. Let's see how this plays out. Slow motion drama here at the finish line. Unofficially, it looks to me that Corinthian Yacht Club has a 2-3, leaving Eastern with a 1-4. So it will all come down to this last pair. If Corinthian can secure 5th place, they'll finish in a 2-3-5 winning combination, which will be quite the comeback after being absolutely buried off the line and frankly, all the way around the course until the last 50 yards. In the end, though, strong work from Easton's third boat, boat 7, to secure that ace, and with it, a winning 1-4-5 combination in this first race, and bragging rights across their Marblehead neck rivals. 30 seconds to the start here of race 3. We've got Newport Harbour in green versus Corinthian in red. Both clubs lost their first race, so they'll be looking to stop the momentum here. Corinthian looking pretty strong, boat 10 and 11 looking like they'll be late to the line. But as we saw in that last race, it's all about momentum here. Off the line, Corinthian looking strong with boats 3 and 1, but also with a 6th place boat, boat 2. It'll all come down to whether 1 and 3 can lock down that play 1 combination by the first mark. But Newport Harbour Yacht Club was able to hold one of the Corinthian boats all the way out over the port tack ley line, and they're able to come round in a close 2-3-4 combination. That said, on the run with kites in such light shifty breeze, should be easy for Corinthian to chase this down and make it an extremely exciting race all the way around. Boat 1 setting up for a mark trap here. We're going to have all 6 boats right on top of each other as they go onto the run. Boat 1 just trying to compress the race, but without losing her first place, and giving her teammates the best possible chance to do some overtaking downwind. Let's see them go into the hoist. Strong hoist from boat 1. They've been practicing out here on Marblehead Sound all the time. Boat 11, on the other hand, bit of a tricky hoist. Let's see how boat 2 and 3 do, and whether they can get inside boat 12 downwind. I'll expect to see boat 3 jibe very early. In fact, boat 2 is going to try and roll all the way over the top of the Newport Harbour boat. If she can do that and get her teammate in 3 through, this race will become very interesting. So halfway down the run, Corinthian has given up the 1. However, they've managed to get their teammates out of last place and are working pretty hard on getting through to a 2-3-4 combination. I think it's going to come down to whether in 10 or an 11 can jibe and cross boats 1 and 2. If they can, it'll be a 1-2 for Newport Harbour. If they can't, could be a good come from behind for Corinthian. Corinthian making a gain in all 3 pairs here. I'd say they're ahead in all 3 pairs. You've just seen the middle pair Corinthian roll over. On the right hand side, Corinthian roll over, and you're about to see boat 1 roll over boat 11. And it's a beautiful spot for boat 1 to jibe. They're leaving 11 completely stopped by these waves. No, I think there's a little bit of practice in the boats here. You saw Corinthian get inside on all 3 pairs with better kite work, and that's testament to all the practice they've been putting in. Still very close for Newport though. Let's see if they can come back on the final 2 legs. Okay, it's all coming together at Mark 3. Boat 10 trying to slide around the outside, but boats 2 and 3 inside. There's been a lot of yelling of starboard and room, but looks like Corinthian are sliding forward into a 1-2, potentially even a 1-2-3 with boat 1 going all the way around the outside. Still very close though. And indeed, yes, Corinthian 1-2-3. It's very gapped out. Let's see if they can put some spacing in, help their teammates get through without boats 10 and 12 from Newport Harbour rolling over the top, which they're already starting to do. Things changing rapidly here. Boats 12 and 10 did a great job rolling over boat 3. And boat 1 was forced to do a double tack under so many sails and has absolutely stopped. We are now in a 2-3-5 combination for Newport Harbour, winning but very unstable. it's all going to come down to whether boat 3 can get on top of boat 11, or indeed whether boat 1 can get inside room at the mark. Corinthian looking to get to a 145 here. Newport Harbour will be looking to convert to a 234. Boat 3 forced to tack out. That's going to make it very difficult to get back on top of boat 11. Double tacking in a sonar does not work, so she's going to be forced to go out to the left, sensibly not coming back. But that's going to give Newport Harbour a chance to stitch this into a 234. So great work from Corinthian getting into the 123, but then have just struggled to stitch it together. It's also going to come down to which side comes in. 2 Newport boats going right, 2 Corinthian boats going left. If the left comes in, Corinthian will be looking pretty clever. If the right comes in, and frankly that looks to be the side with a little more pressure, Newport Harbour's going to look strong. So Newport Harbour got 3 boats out to the starboard tack ley line, 2 doing all they can to hold out boat 12, but I don't think it's enough. I think boat 10 and 11 are going to slide through into a 1-2 or possibly a 1-3 combination. Great sailing from Newport Harbour to come all the way back from a 456. Did a lovely job of just keeping the boat speed up, keeping the boats rolling, and really in a sonar in this much breeze, that's all that counts. So 1-2 across the line for Newport Harbour. Great race all round. Okay, picking up the action here, race 8. We've got Eastern Yacht Club in yellow, Chesapeake Bay Yacht Racing Association in green. 2 light wind specialist venues there, so should be well suited to what we've got today. Coming into the start, looks like most boats are late, but Eastern is less late than Chesapeake. Let's see what they can do. Okay, about a minute off the start line here, still very close. Eastern looks to have this pair in the back locked up, and also a pair in the left-hand side of the course. Unclear what's happening with that third pair though, so hard to say who's winning. At the moment, possibly Eastern with a 145, but a very close race. Oh, coming into the top mark, Eastern desperately trying to make a 1-2 conversion. It's all going to be on whether boat 9 can lay the mark. If they can, they'll be ahead in a solid 1-2, and it looks like they can. So Eastern solid 1-2. It would be difficult for them to hold down this run in such light conditions. Boat 12 from the Chesapeake Bay Yacht Racing Association managed to get all the way to the inside on that run and has taken first. All the way at the back though, her 2 teammates have sailed possibly. Even as I say that, boat 10 getting a surge and coming through. Chesapeake moving through to what looks like a 1-3-6 combination. Very unstable. There'll be fireworks when the front 2 boats reconnect with the back half of the race. So halfway up the final beat here, it's a 1-4-5 for Chesapeake, 2-3-6 for Eastern, but they're working as hard as they can to get out of it. 7 forcing boat 10 to tack, that'll slow them down. And now going to come and try and convert boat 8 out ahead of boat 11. Got a lot of work to do and 200 metres to do it in. And you see boat 7 dropping hard onto boat 11 here. Boat 11 though still well in control of boat 8. On the far side, boat 12 will start trying to convert boat 10 through boat 9, and they'll look for a 1-2 to finish. Boat 7 coming in for a port starboard on boat 10. Oh, boat 10 didn't look to do a lot to get out of the way there. That's a last-ditch effort. Boat 10 sensibly taking a spin, but all the way down there. Boat 11 unattended across the line. Chesapeake Bay 1-2. It might well be a 1-2-5 when all's said and done, but that's still a winning combination. Good racing from them, kept it nice and calm on the final beat, and a tough loss for East. Coming up to the start of race 11, we have Chesapeake Bay Yacht Racing Association in green versus New York in blue. Chesapeake at 100% so far. New York coming off a really close loss to the Eastern Yacht Club just now, so they'll be out for revenge. At the moment, boat 4 getting held out, but boat 12 also going the wrong side of the committee boat. Wow, they're going to be deep, and at the same time, New York squeaking through with boat 5. Advantage New York off the start with what could turn into a 1-2-6. Okay, on the approach to Mark 1, we've got New York in a 1-2. They do have what we would call a 7 though, so it's really got to be a 1-2 or bust. We've seen a lot of overtaking downwind, so they won't be feeling confident just yet, but at the moment, advantage New York. So halfway down the run here, and once again Chesapeake have managed to get a boat to the inside of the run, and they've broken up New York's 1-2. Boat 10 is now ahead of the now third place New York boat. So New York's still winning, but Chesapeake with a good chance of converting through to a 2-3-4 combination. We'll expect to see some fireworks down at Mark 3. Okay, picking up the action about a third of the way up the final beat. New York just about have a 1-4-5, but boat 12 is almost through boat 4, and boat 11 is working very hard on boat 6 to make sure that boat 12 gets through that boat as well. Moment still a 1-4-5 for New York, but this race could go either way. New York got themselves into a 2-3-4 here, but have also managed to all get locked out beyond the pin ley line by boat 11, letting boat 10 duck them and get to the right. Moment 2-3-4 for New York, but I fear about to be a 1-2. That was a stunning move by boat 11, really punishing the New York boats. If she can hold on to boat 4, it'll be a win for Chesapeake, but if 4 can get this tack and cross, could still be a 1-4-5 for New York. We'll try and get up to the finish and give you the call as it comes across. Boat 4 did indeed manage to tack and cross to get the 1, but her teammates have lost boat 12. Looks like it will be a 2-3-4 for Chesapeake Bay Yacht Racing Association. That went through 3 or 4 different combinations in the space of 100 yards. Great team racing by both clubs there. Coming up to the start of race 16 here, we have MIT in yellow, New York in blue. Everyone pretty early for the start, given the breeze has built really nicely here. Boat 5's going to have a tough time making the line here, and boat 7's going to get a great start off the pin, so looking good for the engineers. MIT coming up to Mark 1 in a really solid 1-2 combination. Boat 7 lost out on the left-hand side, so it does look like it'll be a 1-2-5 or possibly even a 1-2-6. Oh, and New York trying to tack inside there. If they can make that stick, that'll be a great move. And I think it was outside the zone, so I think they have rights to luff. They're letting their boat 4 squeeze in. Oh, and trying to deny room to boat 7. Oh, if boat 7 got through there, that's a brilliant move. I'll get a 1-2, no flags. Wow, MIT out of the fire there, pulled a 1-2 back. New York showing their experience in the sonars, got themselves back through to a 2-3, but their last place boat is all the way around to the outside, so it's going to be tough to get round from there. If MIT boat 7 can get her kite up, could be looking at a classic 1-4-5-2-3-6, should be a banging race. MIT just getting taken out really nicely by boat 4 there. It's going to be a 2-3-4 for New York. They've really shown their experience on this run. Just converting very nicely through. Now, you can't hear this, but on our umpire channel, the umpires are implying that they'd red flag boat 4, but there's been no hail of protest, so the umpires can't get involved. Boat 8 might regret that later, but still in the race for now. Let's see if they can overtake upwind and get out of this 1-5-6 combination. So, all changing on the final beat. Boat 4 let boat 8 get leverage out to the right hand side. We'll see what happens when the two come back together. Looks to my eye like boat 8 just has a piece of boat 4, but the last place MIT boat very deep in 6th. Even if 8 can get a piece, it's going to be very difficult to convert boat 7 all the way through. That said, they are under ley line here. It's going to be tricky for boat 4 to get across the finish. We'll watch this one the last way out and see if 8 can get it done. And coming up to the finish here, MIT have done it. They've got themselves through into a 1-4-5 combination. Here we go, 7 coming across the line, that's 4th, 8th coming across the line, 5th. Spectacular sailing from the MIT engineers, really pulling that one out from a pretty terrible position on the bottom reach. They'll look back on that one with a great deal of pride.
So that's it for our coverage of day 1 of the Thayer Trophy here at the Corinthian Yacht Club in Marblehead, Massachusetts. Every team's won a race so far, some in very tricky conditions this morning, light and raining, some when the breeze came up and it was a beautiful day in the afternoon. Check back in tomorrow when we'll be bringing you full coverage of the semi-finals and the finals and see who is crowned the winner of this 3rd running of the event.